Quest for gear, we're requesting for gear, and the quest is to get gear for me to have more gear. Quest for gear. Actually, we are going to make a theme song. We're going to write, record, produce a theme song live, one of these videos. And you can mark that down as one of the things I say I'm going to do, and maybe it gets done. Maybe it don't. And also, for the people who are waiting for my Apollo Twin X to the Focusrite ADAT connection, I am going to do that. So I know I did the X4 to the Focusrite, which I can't show you. I don't even have the rack right now. But I am going to do the twin ADAT to the Scarlet. So I know there's 3 or 4 of you waiting for that, and I will do that, but I don't currently have the Focusrite. It's in a box right now. It's not in the rack. But we'll get it racked up. We'll make that video. So I haven't made a little video in a little while. So this is just a May update. There's been some bad, sad news in May, and some news, and some okay news, and just news. So I just needed to make a video. It's been a while. Now we're mid-May. We're May 13th. So let's get into it. First of all, the Quest for Gear disclaimer. So we'll just roll the theme again. Questing for gear, where we're questing for gear, and we're questing to get gear. Again, we're going to make that theme song. We're going to live write, record, and produce the theme song eventually. But first, the disclaimer. Welcome to Quest for Gear. This is the Quest for Gear disclaimer. This is a channel about home recording with the best audio recording equipment I can get my hands on. This disclaimer is for the trolls of the channel and will be added to accordingly. I'm only doing this for money and entertainment, specifically my entertainment. You should not watch my videos. My videos are not good. I will do better videos when YouTube starts paying me. You will have better things to do than watch my videos. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, I'm an idiot. No, I didn't put food in my compressor, Jeffy. Jeffy is an idiot. The Shure SM57 is a good microphone and can be used on any source. The Shure SM57 microphone is not the best microphone for you. Yes, I can play guitar, statistically speaking, probably better than you. I'm not a doctor and cannot give medical advice. Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm not a lawyer and cannot give legal advice. I reserve the right to not like the movie Joker. It's not a good movie. They tricked you. Just because I'm Canadian doesn't mean I have to like Tragically Hip. Trolls will be mocked publicly on this platform. Like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to like and subscribe, someone else will anyway. So cool either way. Nobody should watch my videos. And if you do watch my videos, thank you. And join me on my Quest for Gear. Dun, 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 dun. Quest for Gear, where we're questing for gear. All right, so mid-May, and it's not been good for producers, May 2024. So I'm not going to say a dear friend, and I'm not going to pretend to know this man more than I actually did. But our local producer, Bob Hiltz, unfortunately passed away April 9th. So I guess I say May. It's still new to me. It's April 9th. So again, I'm not going to pretend to know Bob any more than I did. But I was easily in the same room as Bob 50 to 100 times. We did go to shows. I don't want to say together, but we arrive at the same show at the same time a lot. I've been to Bob's studio to record. I'd hired Bob several times to record my stuff, my band. I hired him to mix. I hired him to master. Sometimes he did stuff for free. Sometimes he'd do stuff in exchange for gear. I also had him over to my house like 2023, and he spent the afternoon with me showing me how to record. So if there's one thing I can say about Bob is he's patient. Really knew what he was doing. He was patient. He loved music. He loved producing. He loved gear, just like I do. And generous with his time. And he was also the kind of guy who would, if he liked something, he'd say so. If he didn't like something, he'd say so. So he's just a really genuine, nice guy. Nice, genuine, down-to-earth person. And I don't know of anybody that's come out of town here that you would say, like, who's the town's producer, who's the engineer. Like, when you think of recording studio in this town, you think of this guy, and now he's gone. So again, yeah, it's just a huge loss for us. Like I said, I'm not gonna pretend to know him any better than I did, but that's how well I knew him. I've easily been in the same spot, physical place, and talked to him 50 times. So we hung out at the music stores and shows, and yeah, I remember bringing him some stuff of mine which is very indie, underground, punk noise. And he told me, he's like, I don't get it. And then he listened for a while, and he's just like, no, I get it now. I found out later, and I think this is true, that he's like a King Crimson Moby Grape guy. And I was like, oh, well, I wish I would have known that. We could have talked about that. I pigeonholed him as more of a Dave Van Ronk guy, or, the Village in New York kind of folky stuff, but I didn't know he was in like King Crimson and stuff like that. We would have known that. We could have talked about that stuff, but he's just, it sucks. It really sucks. I've not seen him for, probably haven't seen him for a decade, but really looked up to him. Wish he was still here with us. So yeah, Bob Hiltz, local legend, rest in peace. And then you fast forward to what did happen this month, and R.I.P. Steve Albini. So I've never met him. It was always a life goal to get to Chicago to record with something with him. Just like, I booked it 3 hours, just anything to get in his studio and meet him. And, it just, it never happened. The same thing with Ken Scott. I wanted to get in and meet Ken Scott, or even, Jeffrey Emmerich. Do I have that name right? The guy who recorded, whatchamacallit? Jeff Emmerich. So, yeah, I could have at one point met this guy. I could have at one point met Ken Scott. That's not him. Do I have the name wrong? There he is there, Ken Scott in the middle. He did David Bowie and the Beatles, and the time has passed. So, you don't get to now. So, yeah, Steve Albini, that hits hard too. I mean, I didn't know him like I knew, Bob Hiltz, but it sucks. Like, I feel like I know him because I've watched Steve Albini's videos like by the dozens and dozens and dozens. I've got his Easy Drummer 3 patch here, his the stuff that he contributed. Very surprising that he was into something like this. I'm just gonna grab, how do I even make that work? I go to Alt Rock, and there we go. That's supposed to be electrical audio, and I like to use the rock tape kit. This is supposed to be Steve Albini's drums, recorded in Steve Albini's studio, with Steve Albini's mics, recorded by Steve Albini. So that's pretty cool. Let's turn it up a little bit here. So that'll live on in my studio. And it just sucks that the man, he left us too soon. I mean, 61. I mean, that's young these days. I know 73-year-old guys that like play soccer and stuff. You know what I mean? I know a 73-year-old guy that like flies to Mexico and drinks his face off and acts like he's 55. Like 61 just seems so. It just seems so young. So between Bob Hiltz and Steve Albini, it sucks, these producers. So, and they're supposed to leave a legacy or hand down to the younger generations. Well, the fact is I'm not as good as Bob was when he was my age now. I'm not as good as Steve Albini was when he was my age now. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I've not caught them at the age they were when I'm my age now, if that makes sense. Like, just in this case, you'd hope that the apprentices would be better than the masters. Well, it ain't true with these two guys. You know what I mean? They were better when they were 20 than I am when I'm 40, which is just sad. But so that's what's been going on. And I just figured I'd make a video again. I know some of you guys are wanting to know how to hook the Apollo twin to the Scarlet, but yeah, Scarlet's not in the rack. I will get that racked up. I've been using the Tascam lately. Again, yes, the Tascam's back. Yes, Canada Post gave me, I think, $200 for wrecking the one. This is not the one they wrecked I won't even get into that. I still don't have my 500 series rack back. This is where it's gonna go. So screw you, Heritage Audio. That piece is still racked. My rack's not back. Heritage Audio sucks. Reverb kind of sucks because the fees are too high. And I bought an organ, Yamaha organ. Maybe we'll do a video on that. And for the most part, the studio is pretty much the same. I may move. Actually, I may move to another studio, which will be a whole series of videos if I do, because I'm going to gut a 60-foot trailer and put the studio in that. But anyway, so that's what's new with me. Let's go check out what's new with I Love Recording. Mike. Mike's got some videos up. What I'm using for drum mic's pretty interesting. He's got a... I was surprised at what he was using in terms of I don't know. I didn't see that coming, but he gets some nice drum sounds for sure. What do I mean by that? Let's see if we can. Oh boy.
If you're taking a trip with
Now you're watching an ad inside my video. Come on. He's got this set. That looks like a CAD to me. This here. I think that's a CAD.
I wish I could find pictures of them, but I can't. Let's go. In 19
PZM.
Don't I have upgrade dynamic mic?
Right here. This pile set, and it's just, you know, it's a value set for sure. But if you listen to his drum recordings, there's nothing wrong with the drum sound he gets.
Now these are all.
Let's see what else we got here.
This is what I would have used. Is I have this is the mic I bought. It is a Shure PGA 52 cardioid.
Yeah, obviously nothing wrong with that mic. But anyway, what else is Mike up to? He's got a video on hum, worth checking out. He's got what does it sound like, what I've recorded over the years and on what. So if you want to hear the different task cams over the years, you'll hear little sound samples of songs he's done over the different task cams. Kind of interesting. And then, yeah, so that's what Mike's got going on. But, well, anyway, thanks for watching. I won't go through the disclaimer again, but the disclaimer is a new feature on every video just because there's so many trolls. So, I think my favorite part is, no, I did not put my food in my compressor, Jeffy, and Jeffy is an idiot. So, yeah, I'll just, as the trolls pile up, we'll just keep adding lines. So eventually the disclaimer before my videos will be like 5 hours long, and then we'll get to the 10-minute video. But, so yeah, this has been Quest for Gear, mid-May 2024. It's been crappy. R.I.P. Bob Hiltz. R.I.P. Steve Albini. See you on the other side, guys.